Now, if you take this as Earth, now as you go up, see the air molecules like decrease in density. Correct. Now, if you are standing here, the weight of all the air molecules above your head in this cone are acting on you. It acts from all directions. Correct. So this is called a static pressure. We have seen this static pressure is 1013 hectopascals. That is somewhere around 7 kgs per inch square. And if we take 1 square inch of my body, the pressure acting due to atmosphere is around 7 kgs. It's 6 point change, but I'll take 7 kgs. This is static pressure. Now, see, I am bearing the weight of all the molecules above me. Right. For example, an aircraft goes here. Correct. See, the weight is due to gravity. Correct. Now, if the aircraft is here, only it will have to bear the weight of these many molecules above it. Correct. That means as you go up in atmosphere, the static pressure or ambient pressure or atmospheric pressure decrease. Clear? Am I clear? Now, generally, how much it will decrease? For every 30 feet as you go up, it will decrease by 1 hectopascals on an average. Correct. For example, if you are here at sea level, now if you fly at 30 feet above, say the pressure is 1013 at sea level, it will be 1012. You climb 30 more feet, it will be 1011. You climb 30 more feet, it will be 1010. You climb 30 more feet, it will be 1009. Correct. Now let's say sea level pressure is 1013. Now if you are at 5000 feet, what is your pressure?
$850.
Correct. See, it is 5000 feet, and how many 30 feet are there? How many are 3 1s are 3 6 are 18, 166 hectopascals. Correct. Now 1013 minus 166 hectopascals would be how much?
847.
847. As Amok said, 850 hectopascals, because he came for metrology class. Na? He remembers the values. Am I clear? See, that is the power of reading, Amok. Very good. Am I clear? Am I clear? So note down, as you go up, the static pressure decreases. By how much? It will decrease it will decrease 1 hectopascal per, actually it is 27 feet. Sometimes we take 30 feet, so that it will be easy for calculations. Is this clear? Now, see, if there is an instrument which can measure the pressure, correct, which can measure static pressure, that will say the altitude, because if 850 is the atmospheric pressure at 50,000 feet, sorry, 5,000 feet, correct. So whenever the altimeter reads 850, it will be calibrated to show that it is 5,000 feet, correct. So can I say the principle of pressure altimeter, it is called pressure altimeter because it uses pressure to give your altitude. Clear? So the principle of pressure altimeter is static pressure decreases with height. Am I clear? How many of you understood the principle? Raise your hands, raise your hands, raise your hands. Other? Yes. Normally, altimeter will look like this. Okay. There are 3 needles in an altimeter. This long needle represents hundreds of feet. This short and stout needle represents thousands of feet. This very long and slender needle, this will represent 10,000 feet. Like a clock. Correct. See this needle, it represents 100, correct? Now it is 700 here. It has not crossed 800, correct? 720, 740, 760, 780, correct? So this short needle, long needle, which represents 100, it is showing 780 feet. Okay. Now see, did this needle, thousands needle, did it cross 1? No. So it is 0, correct? Now this cross, that this 10,000 needle cross 1? No, 0. So this altimeter is reading 780 feet. Clear? Clear, Darwin?
Yes, sir.
Darwin, tell me the reading of this altimeter.
So this is 800. 800 feet.
Azhar, tell me the reading of this altimeter. See, this is hundreds needle, correct? So it has crossed 5, 520, 540. Now see, this is thousands needle. It has crossed 1 but did not cross 2. So it will, 1,000 will add. Now this is 10,000 needle. It has not crossed 1. So 0 feet from it. So 1,000 plus 540, 1,540. Understood, Azhar?
Yes, sir.
Others? Now Azhar, answer this.
That's 5,200.
Very good.
The small one is 100, na?
This is 100. This is 1,000. This is 10,000. So you are correct. 5,280.
80. 280.
Clear, Azhar?
So this from 3 to 4, how much? This is small one. This is 100.
This is long slender is like in your clock. See, in your
Okay.
clock, the short one is hour and the long one is minutes. Correct. So here also long one is 100, short one is 1,000. Clear?
Okay.
Amunk.
Sir, me, sir.
Yes.
$8,400.
Very good. 8,400 feet. Sujal.
$3,000.
3,000 feet. Very good. Darwin. No. Darwin, you answer correct.
Yes, sir.
Manthan. Manthan, you there?
Sir, I have issues in Zoom, sir.
Yeah, no problem. You can just give me the answer.
I just joined.
Okay, fine. Who wants to give this answer?
12,000.
Very good. Good. It has crossed 10, 1, so it is 10,000. It is at, this is thousands, so it is 2,000. It is at 0, hundreds. Hundreds is at 0. So it is 12,000 feet. Now, tell me the difference between this one and all these things. What is the difference? Do you see any major difference?
The 10,000 needle is only more than one in the last one.
Not the needles, not the needles. Something is deficient in this. Something is like kind of.
Red flag, sir.
Hmm?
Window, Colesman window.
Very good. Now the Colesman window. This is the flag. Correct. This flag. Colesman's. We call it as Barbell's pole. Correct. This is the checkered flag. Here, this will be there until 10,000 feet. If you go above 10,000 feet, see, this has disappeared. Because it has to say, here you cannot go above 10,000 feet because you have to have supplementary oxygen for it. So it is just a, like, it will make you remember that you have to go only below 10,000 feet. Am I clear? So this flag will disappear above 10,000 feet. Do you see? In this, the flag is just about to disappear because it is like 8,400. Now it is coming close to 10,000. Am I clear? So its significance is to warn you here, do you have oxygen or not? Do you have oxygen or not? Am I clear?
Sir, no, please repeat. I didn't that oxygen part.
See, this flag will disappear about 10,000 feet. Okay, that is used to indicate like you should have enough oxygen supply about 10,000 feet. If not, you cannot fly above that level. Right? So that is just used to indicate that fact. Am I clear?
Okay.
Here, working of a pressure altimeter we will see. In ASI, we taught input was given to capsule, correct? And static was input was given to casing, to around capsule. Now, in this case, what happens is the capsule imagine this is the capsule. This capsule is not given any input. It is a capsule where inside is almost vacuum. Correct. The capsule in altimeter is Android capsule is sealed and evacuated. Am I clear? Now, see, this capsule is very sensitive to pressure, correct? It should collapse, correct? Because there is vacuum inside. Now, it is kept open with the help of a spring. the help of a spring. It is kept open with the help of a spring. That spring is called as leaf spring. Am I clear? Now, this capsule and leaf spring are placed in the casing. This casing is connected to static vent. Correct? Now, that means outside the capsule, the pressure is static pressure. Correct? Outside the aneroid capsule, this blue color capsule, which is very sensitive to pressure, outside is static pressure. How many of you understood? Correct. Next. See, imagine the aircraft is on the runway. Let's say on this runway, the pressure is today 1000 hectopascals. Okay. Now, see, there is something called as on the altimeter Coleman's window. Right? I'll show you here. Do you see this? Do you see this place? Do you see this place? Okay. This window is called as Coleman's window. Do you see this knob? Now you can turn on the knob and you can set whatever pressure you want to. Today, the pressure I am setting is 1000. Okay. Now this knob is connected to leaf spring. Now that knob, it will adjust the tension in the leaf spring so that, see, leaf spring is now in this knob, in the knob here, like on the Coleman, I have turned this on the Coleman window, I have set 1000 hectopascals. Correct. Now this knob is connected to leaf spring. The tension in the leaf spring will be as much as here, it will act as if there is 1000 hectopascal pressure inside. Am I clear? Now, inside the pressure is 1000 hectopascals, outside the pressure is 1000 hectopascals. Correct? That means static pressure outside is also 1000. It is 1000 outside the capsule. Am I clear? Okay. Now, as the aircraft climbs up, right, it is climbing up. Correct. Now, see, inside you have adjusted the pressure with the help of leaf spring. It is always 1000 now. You have set 1000. Correct. Now see, outside slowly it will become every 30 feet, it will become 999. One more 30 feet, it will become 998. Correct. Now outside pressure will become 999. After some time, it will become 998. Now inside pressure is 1000 and outside pressure is decreasing. Correct. That means the capsule will expand. Correct. So the capsule will expand like this. Do you understand? The capsule will expand and this capsule is connected to linkages. This linkages is connected to pointer. Initially, when you set 1000 and also the ambient pressure is 1000, that will show 0 feet. Now, as you go up, the outside pressure around this capsule decreases. So the capsule will expand like this. Correct. When this capsule expands, it will move the linkages and that linkages will move the pointer to show you height. For example, 90 feet. Next, it will show you 500 feet. so on and so forth. Is the working or the construction of altimeter super clear? Okay, so note down and write down whatever you understood. Okay, and also I want you to draw your own diagram. See, this diagram you cannot find anywhere, because this is the diagram which I made it for myself. Correct? So you make a diagram which is suitable to you, or copy the same diagram, but understand and copy. Without understanding, don't copy. Am I clear? Guys, take a look for 1 second. See, imagine this is the Android capsule, correct? This is inside the casing. This is the casing, correct? The black box. The casing is fed with static pressure.
Static pressure.
Now, let's see what happens. Now, the static pressure is decreasing, correct? Static pressure is decreasing. That means the aircraft is climbing up. When it is climbing up, inside you have fixed with the leaf spring, correct, on the Coleman's window. So that is expanding and it is showing increasing altitude. Do you see? Correct. As you climb, static pressure decreases. Now you are descending. When you are descending, static pressure increases. Correct. When static pressure is increasing, it will be compressed and it will show reduced altitude. Am I clear? Increasing and decreasing. So this is the basic working or construction of altimeter. Note it down. Shall I move on, guys? Draw the diagram. You understood?
Yes, sir.
See, if you take the altimeter, aneroid capsule or aneroid, we call it as an aneroid wafer. Is it not very sensitive to pressure? Correct. That means it is delicate. Correct. Now, see, this aneroid capsule alone has to expand and move a lot of linkages. And then the pointer moves. Correct. Will it be difficult for the aneroid capsule or will it be very easy for the aneroid capsule?
Difficult.
Difficult, correct? So this will lead to lag in the readings. Correct. That means when you're climbing, see, if you're climbing to, let's say, 5,000 feet, it will be still showing you 700 feet because it is lagging. Na? It will take some time for the capsule to expand, push, and the pressure to equalize from inside and outside. Correct. So this error is called as lag error. Clear? So lag error is the biggest error in this altimeter with single wafer is called as simple altimeter. Biggest error in simple altimeter. This is the biggest error in simple altimeter. Am I clear? Am I super clear? Correct? No. Let me go back to the slides. That means, see, if you are climbing, if you have climbed to 5,000 feet, it will still be showing, let's say 2,000 feet. Correct? So in a climb, due to lag error, the altimeter will underread. Correct? Because you have climbed to 5,000, but it is still showing 2,000 because it is lagging. Correct? Now when you descend, for example, from 5,000 to 1,000 feet, it will still be showing 3,000 feet. You have descended to 1,000 feet, but it will still be showing 3,000 feet. So can I say in a climb, due to lag error, it underreads, and in a descent, due to lag error, it overreads. Am I clear? Is this understood? So underreads in a climb and overreads in a descent. How many of you understood very clearly? No. What is the spring called as? Leaf spring. Correct? Leaf spring keeps the capsule, Android capsule, open by how much?
By the amount we set it on the Colesman's window.
So by whatever pressure you set on Colesman's window. Clear? Clear? Now, here, see, can you use this altimeter where it is lagging so much? You have climbed to 5,000 feet, but it is still showing 3,000 feet. Can you use it on an airplane? No. That is why we have constructed something called a sensitive altimeter. In a sensitive altimeter, sensitive altimeter is used in, for example, your Cessna 172. Correct? But still, it has a lot of problems. Okay. For airliners, for example, Boeing 737, A320, and etc., use something called a servo assisted altimeter. Okay. Here we will continue the class tomorrow. Okay. I'll complete this topic tomorrow. The class timings for tomorrow, here it will